ဒုတိယချက်ဆိုတာဗုဒ္ဓဝါဒဆိုတာကသိခံရမယ်ခန္တီဝါဒသို့သောခန္တီဝါဒအတိုင်းကျင့်သုံးလိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်မိမိတို့နိုင်ငံရဲ့လူမျိုးလည်းပျောက်သွားမယ်
military le diyor duavade roivadun tarvase goli foyla şu tur goli sayjon
hoje baade ya oshurumulo hoje baade ratno girdi gale
bedan sahab guri mari khalai baade turaki ruanga military de mane
In August 2017, the Burmese military launched a large-scale security clearance operation, and that drove out close to 800,000 Rohingya children, women, elderly people, and babies across the border from Myanmar to neighboring Bangladesh. And this was happening in my own country. This is the largest camp of genocide survivors in today's world. This is the embodiment of the Burmese genocide and its impact. It's felt across the border in Bangladesh in the form of the world's largest camp.
Gorfura de fele rahal fara hai jumuri tare har ore ke gi ere din har mada fani shar har tara zaina gari ara ere bote ke de sono mada military zaira military 2000 lati bedan dedun ashil mane hazan bedian de shere ase bedan sa guri mari fele أنا بشوف قاش إذا مرت وزاري بعد أبغى صار ما شيء ده military مرن بيجينا مليارات أنا ما ده فرادي فلا ده بات ثاني كان
လူမျိုးလဲတူတယ်ဘာသာလဲတူတယ် ONC နိုင်ငံတွေကနေပြီးတော့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေကိုခွဲခြားပြီးတော့မျှတစွာပြီးမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအပေါ်မှာလဲတာဝန်ကြီးတရားပြည်မနေအောင်အကောင်းဆုံးသောငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးတစ်ခုလို့ဘုန်းကြီးကတော့မြင်ထားတယ်
Myanmar or Burma, my country, is a patchwork of different ethnic communities living across the different regions. The country is about twice the size of England and about 50 million people. We became nation state as a result of the British Empire dissolving itself towards the end of the Second World War. In 1947-48, about the time India was partitioned, we regained our independence. And before, we were just a cluster of feudal kingdoms.
Number 10 Downing Street, making Burma an independent state outside the British Commonwealth.
အဲ့ဒီကာလနဲ့1948 50နောက်ပိုင်းရခိုင်တွေနဲ့ဒီကြာသူတို့ရဲ့ရသင့်ရတဲ့တိုင်းရင်းသားအခွင့်အရေးတွေမရတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်
Both Muslim Rohingyas and Rakhine Buddhists, they started independence or separatist movements.
Military government was zachi charar major zajilung gotti খনকিদিন দুনো সহ্য করি না পারি এটা যা রেভলিউশনের মাঝে আর পার্টির মাঝে পার্টি করছিল হাতিয়ার ধরে মোড়া করলাম বই
When the Rohingyas started fighting the government, there was war for several years. And then at the time when they reached an agreement and they stopped fighting, the Rohingyas were promised that, as citizens, they would be recognized as native.
Mustakbel, এটা যাচ্ছে বর্মাইয়া যাচ্ছে আর গিয়া গজিলা কর্নাল উঞ্জি তারায়া ইতারা আর সালান্ডার করে হাতিয়ার গসাজি বর্মারে আষ্টহানি জমিন দিউম জোরা গরু মুস দিউম বলে হই আর তারা আর দেশের কি যত্ন নাও যে আসিং 2008 মাঝে তোরা সালান্ডার করে বেড়াই মুসলমান করে ঘুরিকারে তোরা আজ দেশত ভাগ্য তোরা আইজ কই তোরা আর রাইট দিউম তোরা মাপ গুজু মাঙ্গি
One of their demands was broadcast for their language. It's undeniable. The Burma Broadcasting Service, had such kind of program.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Hafta maye বুধবারে 5 বাজে গলন 5 বাজে গেলে সবাই নির্দেশ
In 1962, the army took power in a coup d'etat, and General Nguyen, he was a dictator for 26 years.
Politically and economically, he was a failure.
Nguyen had an idea that the Burman would be Buddhists, that they would look like him. He wanted people not to look like Indians, and he didn't like Muslims, he didn't like Christians. So he first started by expelling foreigners, meaning all the Westerners who had been there during the British time.
And Nguyen turned to the issue of the Rohingyas, this distinct Muslim population that were so far officially recognized as an ethnic community. Nguyen's deputy, General Kinyon, chief of Nguyen's military intelligence, in his book discovered that as early as 1966, the Burmese military started to see the Rohingya as a problem.
British government ခေတ်ကာလတဲ့ကိုကဒါတွေကဒီ problem တွေကပေါ်ခဲ့တာပဲ။ဘာဆိုတော့ဟိုဘက်ကဘင်္ဂလားဒေ့ရှ်ကနေလူတွေခေါ်လာတယ်။ခေါ်လာပြီးတော့မှဒီဟာမြေတွေပေးတယ်။သို့တော်ညာလဲဟိုဘက်ကနေပြီးတော့ဘင်္ဂလားဒေ့ရှ်ဘက်ကနေဝင်လာတဲ့သူတွေကတော့အဘာလို့လက်မခံနိုင်ဘူးလေ။
The claim was that there were many illegal immigrants from Bangladesh because there was a war of independence going on. They started a military campaign which resulted in over 250,000 Rohingyas escaping to Bangladesh.
That was the very first wave of exodus of Rohingyas. That happened in 1978.
It was quite young. I still remember some things. There was a shooting by the Burmese military. Hundreds of families took shelter. And then later, everybody left. This is called Nagami Operation, King Dragon Operations. We left, I was very young, and I was put in a basket. And my another sibling was put in the other basket. My father carried. I was crying. My hands, legs were very like finger, so thin.
The 1978 wave was the direct result of centrally organized forced expulsion organized by the central government in Rangoon.
I still remember the scream of the people every day, tens of hundreds of children should pass away, die without food, malnutrition, dehydration. After bilateral agreement, we were sent back to Burma. When we returned there, I see the only jungle. House is covered by jungle.
I think Ne Win had no choice because the international community had proof that these people came from Burma.
He proceeded to essentially copycat what the Nazis did to the Jews in 1938. His legal advisors come up with the citizenship law. The intention was to make sure that Rohingyas were no longer entitled to either basic rights or citizenship rights. Anyone who had not resided in Burma as natives by 1824, they could not be entitled to automatic Burmese citizenship.
ဒီဖက်နဲ့နိုင်ငံတိုင်းထဲမှာနိုင်ငံသားဥပဒေရှိတယ်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာလို့ရှိရင်1982ဥပဒေသည်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံသားဥပဒေဖြစ်တယ်အဲဒီလိုဥပဒေတွေနဲ့
Now that is impossible because independence came in 1948 and whoever had been living in the country before that, many of the people in Myanmar, not only the Rohingya, during the British period, did not have any papers.
So they were natives, but they were falsely framed as Bengali migrants.